Transform your space with Alcove storage to really give you that luxurious look. I'm Kate and I'm going to show you how. Most living rooms, they come in different shapes and sizes. This one has alcoves either side of the fireplace. Let's utilise that space and build some alcove storage. I've already made one over here and I am really pleased with the finish. You wait to see it painted. It just shows you do not need a professional to create this look. Now, let's add some symmetry and recreate one over here. So let's start by measuring the space. Make sure you measure the height of the skirting because we're going to run that skirting board along the whole front of the cabinets. This is a great trick to save you lots of time and effort. I'm going to be reusing these existing cabinets. You can use what you have already at home or find something to suit your space. Let's make a base so we have a solid foundation for our cabinets. I've considered the height that we need so our skirting board will sit neatly along the bottom of our doors. And don't forget, safety first. That is a snug fit, but for best practice, make sure you secure it to the wall, but first make sure it's level. Floors can be quite wonky. If yours is, use a packer to lift it up, but actually mine's fine, so I'm going to carry on building the rest of the base. I've cut some MDF that will sit on top of this base. And now this will bring it the perfect height for the skirting board. All I need to do is secure this down and it will be the perfect solid base. If you have carpet, make sure you remove it from underneath so your base is nice and solid. Wow, it's taking shape already. We've had to modify the cabinet by removing the top and sawing off the feet. Now we want to make sure it is perfectly centered to the alcove. So we've taken a measurement on this side and the same measurement on the other side. If you're like us and have a plug socket, you want to make sure you've taken your measurement so you can cut out an access point in the back of the cabinet. You need to secure it to the wall using an L bracket, but we're not going to do that just yet because I want to build a frame. The reason we removed the top is because we want to make a brand new worktop out of MDF that spans the whole width of the alcove. So we're going to take some battens and we're going to measure along here, along the sides, down the cabinet and down the wall. Remember, measure twice, cut once. That's a perfect fit. To fix your battens to the wall, first you need to consider what you're drilling into and use the correct wall plug. When drilling into any wall, make sure you invest in a stud finder because you want to avoid any cables or pipes, but also to find the stud to drill into. Trust me, you'll thank me later. I've marked up where I want my battens to go, so let's get on with it. Next, secure the batons to the cabinet. These L brackets are in the perfect position, so when I lift it into place, make sure it's centered. That is so satisfying. It fits perfectly. And the reason for that is when we cut our battens, we left the thickness of the MDF so it sits flush against the front of the cabinet. So I've secured the sides on using a nail gun and now I'm going to put the worktop on. You may notice we have a hole here which I cut out using a hole saw, and that's so we can run a cable down to plug into the socket so we can have a lovely lamp on top. Woo, all done. Told you it wasn't as hard as you think. So next up, we are going to build some floating shelves. They don't have any brackets underneath. And I don't know about you, I really love this chunky look. It gives it such a luxurious feel. We are going to build a frame all the way around the wall. And then we're going to add MDF to the top, the bottom and the front. We need to start measuring, so I'm going to get on with that. We've cut all of our battens for one shelf. We have 6 pieces in total. This one is for the back, and then we've got these supports. Now these two are really important. These are to make sure that MDF doesn't bow. So we just make sure they are put equal distances. Now we want to secure these from the back with screws. And then the front piece here, we're not going to add it on yet because we need to get access for the drill when we secure this to the wall. I've marked up here where I want the frame to fix to the wall, considering the position of the shelves on the other side, because we want them perfectly symmetrical. Just make sure that it's level, because no one wants a wonky shelf. I'm now going to fix the frame to the wall. So now the frame is in place, I can fix the front piece of wood. I've cut the MDF perfectly. I'm now going to see if it fits. Look at that. So I'm now going to secure that with a nail gun and then do the same for the bottom and the piece that goes on the front. A top tip to help you secure this bottom piece in place is to clamp it, and then you can nail gun it securely and safely. That looks like a work of art. I told you it was easy to do. We just need to repeat that whole process again for the top shelf. Onto the finishing touches. It's that last 10% that really makes the difference. We're going to add some ribbed panelling to the back wall, which is really going to give it that bougie hotel look, and some skirting across the bottom. To secure the rib panels to the wall, you need to add grab adhesive to the back of the panel, push onto the wall, then add a couple of pins to secure to the wall while it's set. You may notice there'll be some gaps. Do not worry about it. We're going to apply some decorator's cork along the edges and to fill those gaps, and finish it off with a wet paintbrush. Before you add any colour, you need to prime first, especially MDF, because it's really porous. I'm now adding colour. I've gone for a colour drenched look, which means you paint everything the same colour to match the walls, the skirting, the cupboards, everything. A handy tip, when it comes to the doors and drawers, make sure you remove them before painting and take off any hardware. I've just done a few touch-ups after giving the whole thing 2 coats of paint, and now I'm going to upgrade the hardware to match the sockets and switches. I've got this beautiful antique brass doorknob and even a cable grommet to match, and then we can move on to the best bit, which is styling. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. The colour drenching has totally elevated the space, and I'm really glad I went that extra mile and added panelling to the back. And then you have those little details like adding these antique brass handles and going quite simple with the styling. I think it just looks perfect. I really hope this has given you inspiration to try this at home. If you're thinking of starting a DIY project like this, take this as your sign to start now. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what DIY you're tackling next.